Flosstube. It's Dawn with the Mindful Needle. I'm back and so happy to be back. I've missed you guys and it's been a hot minute, I guess, since I've seen you all. But I'm back and I think I've got myself worked out on a schedule now, so I will be posting videos more often and I look forward to all the things that are coming. So I want to welcome everybody back. Welcome our new subscribers. I've had a few, even though I haven't been posting videos. Surprisingly, I've had a few, so I was real happy about that. So if this is your first time with me, welcome. And I hope that if you haven't subscribed yet, that you will hit the subscribe and make sure you hit that like button and ring the bell and you'll be notified when I do upload new videos. So, and they're going to be coming more frequently now. I think I've got myself on a schedule. We're going to cross our fingers. Just to let you know, the reason I haven't been on Flosstube for quite a while is when I started doing Flosstube, I was laid off my part-time job because of COVID, and they didn't need all the help in the office, so I was laid off. So I had all kinds of time on my hands. So I thought, oh, I'll try this Flosstube thing and see what happens. So it was fun. But they called me back in January and my hours increased and my job changed. What I was doing is not what I'm doing now. And so I had a whole big learning curve and trying to figure out the new hours and the new schedule, and it's been kind of a roller coaster. Now things have finally started to even out and settle down, and hopefully I can get myself now on a schedule with Flosstube. So we're gonna cross our fingers for that. So what have I been up to since I saw you last? Well, I have been busy. Back at the end of August, I did the Needlework Expo, which was a wholesale show for shops, and that was my very first show ever, and it was a virtual show, and it was fabulous. Didn't have a lot of people actually come into my booth to video chat with me, which was fine. That was fine. I still got a lot of orders, so start looking in your local needlework shops and you might start seeing mindful needle patterns because I had quite a few orders. So that was exciting for me. I really enjoyed doing it and I cannot wait to do it again next year. Then right after that, about 2 weeks later, I work, of course, you know, with Judy at JBW Designs, and she was going to be going with her to Needlework Galleria in St. Charles, Missouri. And if you haven't been, you need to go because it is an absolutely fantastic experience for stitchers. So much shopping and stitching and the excitement and the whole vibe is just, it's incredible. You come away energized and charged up and just feeling great. So put that on your calendars for next year. It's in September. So, but we did Needlework Galleria, and she actually let me, she was gracious enough to let me have a little corner. Actually, it was the bed, but that's okay. I took some of my patterns and some of my models and actually had quite a fantastic little show. So I was real excited about that. So that was exciting. So since I've seen you last, as you probably know, I was working on a series of gnomes for each month of the year, and I have completed the whole series. So all the gnomes are done. So I have them all sitting here next to me, and I am going to share them all with you. We're going to start with January, of course. Let's see. I got a new light, so hopefully you can see that. So January, he's all bundled up with his mittens and his hat, and he's out in the snow. Now February I've shown before, but I'm going to go through the whole gnome series. So here's February, all ready for Valentine's Day. And we move on to March, where we have our little leprechaun to bring you the luck of the Irish. Then we have April, and he's all decked out in his rain gear because of the April showers. Then those April showers brought us May flowers. And then we move right on to June. And we have the farmer with his strawberries. Then we move to July. July was one of my favorite gnomes. I love my Uncle Sam gnome. Anything patriotic for me is I love. Then August, we move on to the beach. Boy, that light, I gotta figure that light out. I've been messing with that light all morning and it's still not quite right. All right. We have September, getting ready for the leaves. Now October, which is the current month, my husband and I love all things Halloween, and I think October is my second favorite gnome after July. It's kind of a tie. I love them both, but here is October. I just love the cat on the pumpkin, the little spider hanging off of his hat. That was just so much fun to design. Then we move on to November and Thanksgiving. And very last but not least, I've already did the gnome for the holidays ornament, so I didn't want to do the same kind of thing. So for December, we have a gnome elf who's putting gifts under the tree. So they were fun, but I'm kind of gnomed out at the moment. I pushed really hard to get these last 3 done before Needlework Galleria. So between Expo and Galleria, because I was working on these when Expo came. I didn't get them done before Expo. But I promised a lot of shop owners that I would get them done as quickly as possible so that they could have a full set. And I got them done between Expo and Galleria. Oh, that was a lot of stitching. I was stitching every free moment I had. So my last 3 are done. So the year is complete. Other designs that I released, I did I call it like a needle tray. Oh, it's got threads on the bottom here. Let me get those off. It's a little sampler motif with your initials inside. It's very easy to put together. I'm going to put some instructions out on my website. I'm going to try to start blogging too. That's on my schedule. So hopefully you'll see some tutorials and stuff coming soon. So there is this tray, and it does have a matching scissor fob. So I encourage you to, of course, check your local needle workshops for all my patterns. During Expo and Galleria, my Boo Design, Liberty, and the Scandinavian Noel were my three most popular. Um, and they're three of my favorites, so it didn't surprise me at all. But um, so check for those at your local needlework shop. If you cannot find them at your local needlework shop, please encourage them to reach out to me. I will have all of my contact info below. They are more than welcome to reach out to me, send me an email, or contact me through Instagram, or like I said, I'll have it all below. Have them reach out to me and place an order. I'm more than happy to send off charts to them. You know, we want to support the local shops. If you are desperate, you don't have a shop, you don't know who to contact online, I do have an Etsy shop, but I would rather that you go through your local needlework shop first. And if you cannot get it that way, then contact me or go to my Etsy and I will help you because we want to keep those needlework shops in business. If they're not there, they're the heartbeat of our industry. We need them. So, all right, let's see. What else have I been doing? Yes. Moving on to haul. I have to have that coffee in the morning. Um, while at Galleria, I stopped in Needleworker's Delight. Zweigert was there, and you can buy fabric. I mean, the room is just piled high with fabric. It's a needleworker's dream. So, or like they say, needleworker's delight. So, I spent a lot of time in there, and I picked up a bunch of fabric. And I also managed to snag a few pieces from Stephanie's hand dyed fabrics. Hers went the first night. I'm telling you, I walked into her room after the first night of shopping, the early bird shopping on Thursday night, and her room was devastated. I couldn't believe how little was left. So she did really well, but unfortunately, she pretty much sold out the first night. So, but I'm going to share my fabric with you. Let's see. The first one I have here is from Zweigert. It's a Belfast linen 32 count. The color is called Evening Rose. Now, like I said, I have a new light over here, and I don't know that it's going to show it very well. But it's a beautiful dusty rose color, and I absolutely love it. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it. I'm thinking maybe a Valentine's design might look good on this. We'll see. But the color just called to me, and I just loved it. Next up is a 32 count Belfast in Amsterdam blue. And this is a kind of a sprucey blue-green, a little more on the blue side, but there is green to it, and it's really, really beautiful. And I have something that I'm thinking about. I got to get it stitched up. Thinking about submitting to Just Cross Stitch, and I'm thinking it might look good on this, so we will see. Next up is Belfast 32 count in a willow green, and this is not going to come out very well on here. You might do better going up and looking at online, but it is really a nice neutral greenish. It's hard to describe, but I love it. It's pretty, very pretty. All right, next up from Zweigert, 32 count Belfast, dirty linen. Everybody needs dirty linen. It's a good neutral, darker, little darker, but I love it. So then I got a little fancy, and I got a 32 count Lugana, and this is a silk weaver fabric. So this is Zweigert's line of hand dyed. And the color is Supernatural. And it's really, I don't think my lighting is going to do it justice, but definitely look them up online. They're absolutely gorgeous. This is a 32 count Lugana, and the color is called Coffee Bean. Very pretty, kind of a dusty rosy brown. It's not a true brown. There's some pinkish hue to it, but it's really, like I said, my light. I got to mess with that and figure that out because it's not doing these justice at all. All right, this is a 38 count. I keep getting smaller. Uh, the Larna fabric, and the color is called Days Gone By. And I just love it because it has that parchment look to it that you want to stitch your, you know, antique sampler reproductions and such on. So I'm excited for that one. And the last one I have here is a silk weaver fabric from Zweigart, 32 count Wexford. The color is called Boo, and it's a blue. It almost looks like a cloudy sky. So those are the ones I got from Zweigart. Like I said, I spent a lot of time in Zweigart's booth. All right, my stuff from Stephanie. Fabrics by Stephanie. This is a 40 count linen colonial parchment. Again, good for those. Oh, see, that light is awful. I can't. Very good for antique sampler reproducing. This is a good size piece too. So I'm excited for that. This one is a 32 count linen, and it's called Nature's Dance. And it's, oh, again, my light is just not doing this justice because this is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm thinking some kind of fall design for this one because I love fall. It's my favorite time of year. So I'm loving it right now. And the last one that I got from Stephanie is a 32 count linen, and it's called Haunting. And I'm going to open this up because it's a smaller piece. And I just love, love, love this. And I already know what I'm going to stitch on this because I am designing a Halloween piece. Probably won't be released until next year, but it's going to go on this. I think it's going to look fabulous on this, so I'm excited for it. All right, what else? Well, my husband and I just got back from a much needed vacation. We celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary in September, right before I went to Needlework Galleria, so we didn't go away then, so we waited. Pushed it off about a month, and last Wednesday we took off and went up north in Michigan. We went up to Ludington, which is a beautiful little town, and we have a favorite bed and breakfast there called Candlelight Inn that we just absolutely adore. It's an older house, so it's not all brand new, but there's a lot of character. It has a lovely front porch where we eat breakfast most mornings. There is a heater, so if it's chilly, you know, you can warm it up. I did puzzles out there. I stitched out there. It was just so relaxing. And the innkeeper, Melanie, she is absolutely fantastic. Her and her two sons run it, and I mean, she puts on a breakfast spread like you wouldn't believe. If you leave hungry, it's your own fault because there's so much food and such good food. Oh my goodness, I must have gained at least 5 to 10 pounds, which is not good. glad I went to the doctor before I went on vacation. But so yeah, it was wonderful. And you know, we don't even eat lunch because breakfast just keeps us full. You're out and you're doing stuff, and the next thing you know, it's 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're getting close to dinner, so you've missed lunch. But boy, breakfast just fills you right up. So, but we love going to Ludington. Wonderful little shops. Things weren't open as much as they are during the height of the tourist season, but it's easier to get into places. It's a little quieter. And we still had some decent weather. We were able to do a hike at Ludington State Park. So, but one of the things we like to do while we're there, and I need another sip of coffee, is we like to go in and out we antique. Not that I have a ton of antiques in my house, but I love going and looking, and I look for little treasures. When I'm in an antique store, I'm always looking for things that I can use for a creative finish, something different. And I found some things this time that I just thought were really, really cute. Um, I found these mini loaf pans, and I just thought they were absolutely adorable. And then, you know, there's some rust in it and everything. I mean, I wouldn't use these for baking or anything, but I am thinking some kind of design might go in here somehow. I'm thinking it might be really cute. So I picked up the 2 loaf pans that I saw, and away we're going to go with that. I think that's going to be fun. So we'll see what happens with those. Another thing I found, oh, I just love this thing. I felt so weird walking it because I found it early on in the shop. And it's so tiny. It's one of those things you could just slip in your pocket if you were that kind of a person. And I'm not that kind of a person. So I was carrying it around very conspicuously because I didn't want to, you know, have people think I was going to slip it in my pocket or anything. But I couldn't believe I found this. It was absolutely adorable. It's a needle sharpener. So it's like a little strawberry, and it's filled with, I'm not sure exactly what this one is filled with, but it's filled with, you know, something like crushed walnut shells or, you know, something gritty, something that will keep your needles sharp so you can poke your needles in there to sharpen them. So this would have hung off like the side of a tomato pincushion or something, but all that was there was the little strawberry, and I had to have it. So I walked around with it in my fingers like this and just kind of had it up and about and very conspicuously held it because, like I said, it's so small, and I didn't want people to think I was going to just pop it in my pocket because, I mean, it's so tiny. But it was so cute. I had to have it. So he came home with me. And actually, he looks really cute in my little needlework tray, but I can't show you what it kind of looks, well, sort of, what it looks like. As soon as I pick it up, he rolls. Another thing I like to collect are what's called a flower frog. If you're not familiar with a flower frog, in fact, I forgot to put this down here. I'm going to stand up for a second, so excuse me. Try not to spill my coffee. Reach up here. Flower frogs come in many different forms. They can be glass, pretty common. You'll see them in glass. I've seen them kind of like ceramic. I've seen them metal, kind of like wire. And they were used back in the day. You would set it in the bottom of your vase, and then there are holes in it. And here's one that I picked up. These are holes in here. You would set it in the bottom of your vase, and then you would take your cut flowers and arrange them. and the holes would keep them in place. And then you would just fill your vase with water, and the holes go all the way through. You can see through them. And, it would keep your arrangement standing the way you'd want it. So, these things, I am obsessed for putting scissors. Now, the problem is the scissors go all the way through, which is okay if it's sitting on a table, and you can set your scissors in it. But I found while I was out this wonderful bowl. I don't want it to fall out, but my large flower frog fits in there, and it has these scallops here that are just perfect for your scissors as well. So I love this for displaying because I keep collecting scissors as well. So I thought this was a fun way to display my scissors. So I have been looking for one of these for quite a while. And then come to find out, my mom has one. Who knew? So, so I'm sure that will get passed on to me at some point, but I am in no rush for that to happen. So I'm very happy with the one I bought. It wasn't very expensive at all, so I was very pleased. Now, my favorite find, and again, this is for a finish. I saw this and my mind started racing. I thought this muffin tin was just sweet. So I am thinking 6 designs, and if it's finished right, you'll be able to pop them in and out of here, and you could change it out for the season. So there may be a whole series here. I have to play with it and figure it out, but I saw this and I thought, wow, how cute is this? So, and then of course it has the nice hole up here so you can hang it on your wall. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit of rust on here that I want to see if I can't get off, or I'm not sure if it's baked on something or rust, but clean it up a little bit and work up some designs to fit in here. So look for those coming, and I will make sure that they will fit in a regular muffin tin because I know not everybody's going to find an antique muffin tin like this. So I want it to be able to fit in a regular muffin tin, or you could always make just plain old ornaments out of it. So, you'll be able to finish it several different ways. But I saw this muffin tin and I just thought it was the cutest thing. So, okay. So that is what I've been up to. And I've missed you guys, and I'm so glad to be back. You can see my rose back there. That was in our room when we got to Ludington, and I can't believe it's been a week now, and it's still kind of going strong. So it's starting to dry out a little bit on the edges, and curl up and die, which it will eventually. But I couldn't believe that it has held on this long. So. But that was in our room for our anniversary, so that was sweet. Okay, well, since I've been gone so long, I'm going to do a contest. I just love a contest. And your prize will be, you get the choice of which pattern. You don't get the actual finished gnomes. It's which pattern you would like. One of these 3, October, November, or December. Okay? So, what I want you to do is leave a comment below and make sure you like and subscribe. But leave a comment below. Use the word holiday. 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 And leave me a comment telling me which one of these three is your favorite holiday and why? Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas? So again, you must use the word holiday because that's the word I'm going to search on to pick the winner. So use the word holiday in your comment and tell me which one of those three, Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, is your favorite and why it's your favorite. So that's all I have on my list. I have to write a list or I forget things. So again, I thank you so much for watching and sticking around and waiting for me to come back after so long. And like I said, it's going to be a little more consistent now. I've got a schedule. If I can stick to that, I'll be good. So thank you so much for watching and hanging with me till the very end. And again, remember, sub, like, ring the bell, all those good things for me, and I would greatly appreciate that. So until next time, happy stitching, guys.